don't know, it's like it's behind me, I don't like it.
Okay, perfect. You're perfectly safe. Just imagine that wasp is behind you. No matter how loud that noise gets. Completely relaxed.
It basically is as if I'm going to die. If it touches me, it's like I'm going to die.
Okay,
That's
perfect.
the best way to describe it.
So it actually feels like you're going to die,
I feel like if it touches me, that's it. Like,
it's
my
over.
life is gone.
Okay, right, so what advantages... Actually, we'll start with the disadvantages. What disadvantages are there of having this phobia?
Well, I think the main one for me, it's embarrassing. The second one would be it stops me from doing things I want to do. I will avoid a situation if there's going to be like in an outdoor space where there is loads of bushes or
Like a garden party
flowers,
or something like that?
I will avoid it and anymore.
Are there any advantages of you having the phobia?
Not at all.
No, not one at all.
I can't think of one good thing at all about it. Is all I've ever had is bad experience. Oh, one big disadvantage. Oh my god, and this is dangerously bad. If one gets in my car, I will swerve. I won't stop.
Right.
I just can't think straight. If one gets in my car, because it's such a big phobia. I honestly, it's happened before where I've swerved in the wrong side of the road and I've had to just think, okay, it's fine, stop the car.
Yeah.
But my instant reaction is to swerve.
Got you. I mean? Because your immediate action is sort of...
just like run away. And in a car you can't run away.
Exactly. So what happens is... So effectively a fear or a phobia is an emotional reaction to something that's happened before. Because realistically, as you said, even a dragonfly you can stand around.
Yeah.
What is the actual difference between a dragonfly and a wasp or a bee?
To me, is that I think a bee is going to sting me.
Okay, so they fly.
I don't know. I've never been hurt by a dragonfly, so
exactly. Yeah. So you've had a experience. What you were saying is you've had an experience which caused you to have an emotional reaction whenever you see the bee or a wasp.
Yeah.
If let's say you had headphones on and there was a bee right behind your head buzzing away. You wouldn't notice, would you?
No.
So you wouldn't even be scared?
A big example, I went to Creamfields a couple of weeks ago and Joe was sitting in front of me and I had a wasp on my hair.
Right.
And Joe didn't tell me, oh my god, there's a wasp. He just said, oh, Susanna, do this. And I was thinking, and I twisted my head like, oh, why would I do that? It flew away and then Joe told me. So it is the noise that I'm scared of. It's not, or if I see it physically.
So if you see it physically and the noise when you hear it. Can you tell the difference between the noise of a bee, a dragonfly, a wasp, a fly?
No, so I will flinch at any buzzing noise, but I'll only physically have a bad reaction to seeing that it's a bee. Right. But I can tell when it's a bee because a bee generally has it's like a louder buzz than a wasp.
So you've now got super bee senses, you're bee woman.
Every time. Like the way I describe it, I literally just go like, oh my god, and my head just goes like...
Just like sort of scream, panic.
Yeah, it's just panic.
Right. Okay. And how does it make you feel?
Probably like scared, obviously.
Scared.
Anything else? It's like I'm terrified, but then it makes me feel... And the first instinct is sad.
Okay, interesting.
No, wait. The first instinct is scared.
Scared.
Because I feel like, obviously, if it touches me, that's it.
Right.
And then it makes me sad because I realise of the reaction that I've made. So I get like I have a panic attack.
Okay, so you go scared, sad, then you start to have a panic attack because you're sad and scared at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And obviously I start crying and all sorts. It's bad.
Right. Because as we said, realistically, the issue isn't the bee.
No.
The issue isn't the wasp, is it? The issue is what you associate the bee and the wasp to be like to you. Without the pun there. what it is like to you, because like I said, you could hear buzz,
and I just go like,
and you'll go like that and look around, it'll be a fly, no reaction.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be something bigger like a dragonfly, no reaction. As soon as you see that wasp or bee, what is it about the wasp or bee that you see that immediately triggers it if you can go back to a time?
Well, it's just knowing that knowing that it's going to sting me. That's just it. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if it can be in the corner, I don't mind that. It's when it's near me. That's my problem, is if it comes near me. Where a normal person would just be like, oh, go away. Like, I run away, I scream. And if it keeps coming near me, I honestly, like, start crying. I get really shaky, get really bad anxiety, and just start crying, yeah.
Okay. So if you close your eyes now, so can you close your eyes, can you imagine a time, the most recent time, where there was a wasp or bee near you?
Yeah, it was cream fields.
What's going through your mind if you just sit and imagine that now?
No, I was just like, why are you near me?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, it kept coming near me, so I just started like panicking because I didn't want to make a fuss, and I just felt it was gonna sting me. And then because it came so close to me and it wouldn't go away, I just had to start like running away, and I was just scared. I don't know, I can't describe it. I just scared. I just thought it was gonna sting me, and then I was worried about everyone else. And I don't know, it's hard to describe.
How does it make you feel, seeing that bee or seeing that wasp in your mind?
Probably, as I said, like, literally, like, petrified.
Okay, petrified.
No, that is how I would describe it. It's really hard.
Okay,
sorry.
no, that's perfect.
I'm not very good at, like, I'm not very imaginative, so I'm really bad at, like, visualising stuff.
That's all good. Well, so so what we'll do is that when I use the word imagine or anything like that, you don't have to vividly see anything.
No, okay.
Just imagine what it was like. So, for example, if you closed your eyes, could you imagine? Actually, do it now. Close your eyes. Can you imagine what your living room looks like if you're sitting on the sofa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine is there a coffee table in front of you?
No.
No. Is there?
It's like a console table.
Okay. Can you imagine what it looks like? Can you imagine maybe one of your mugs or cups that's sitting on the little table?
Yeah.
Can you imagine what your bedroom looks like?
Yeah.
Can you imagine what your wardrobe looks like if you open it? Yeah? So you don't need to see it, but just imagining it, if that makes sense. Yeah? That's all you need to do. And if you can do that, it will be very easy to get rid of the phobia. Very easy. Okay. So you said petrified is how you used to feel with it. How do you want to feel?
Calm.
Okay,
just
perfect.
be able to think before I react. Just actually, because I know theoretically I'm not going to die, but I don't, like, my brain doesn't understand that. Yeah. Like, I understand it, but my feelings are just like, no, you're going to die.
And so this is a match between the conscious and the unconscious mind. The conscious mind can say something and go, well, yeah, I know if you walk over this glass that's 100 foot in the air, you're not going to fall through. But the subconscious mind is going, but what if I do fall through it? And it's like a child. And have you ever seen a child literally stamp their feet and just cry? That's exactly what's happening. So when you see a bee, there's a little child inside of you that you said you were maybe 5 or 6 when you got stung. 5. That little 5 or 6-year-old has not, ever since you've seen a bee, you have not grown mentally from that day in regards to the bee. So whenever you see that bee, that is 5 or 6-year-old Susanna seeing that bee, having a panic attack, and because of what happened. So it's perfectly understandable. When you can change how you perceive it and how it emotionally feels, which you can do very easily, then when that next comes up, it will just be like, why am I not scared? It's a bit like, it's a bit weird, and it will feel really weird that you can do it. Naturally, we're probably going to go like that because bees, they can sting, but how many times have you been stung?
Just that one.
Just that once. Yeah. How many bees or wasps have you encountered?
Plenty, a lot.
So if have you ever like crashed your car or anything like that?
I've never had a crash.
Or like bumped it or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've scratched it a couple times.
But you still drive?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why do you still drive?
Yeah, because I have to.
Exactly. And you want to go from petrified to calm, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Do you know what it's like to be completely calm?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah? Well, when you do hypnosis, you'll feel complete relaxation, complete calm, and you'll hear my voice the whole time. Do you know much about hypnosis?
Well, I watched your video on it, but I don't know 100% how. Like, obviously, as you can imagine, lots of people think of hypnosis like, you know, you do this, you just like they can do anything and that's it. Like, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But in reality, I don't know enough about it.
Okay, perfect. So hypnosis isn't sleep.
No.
Hypnosis isn't like control or mind control or anything like that. Hypnosis is just completely relaxed and focused. So have you ever sat there and like looked out a window and just sort of daydreamed, or even been driving your car and then gone, I'm driving my car?
I saw that video you posted.
Yeah. So okay, so that's called highway hypnosis, daydreaming. All it is just a brainwave. Yeah. You go into it every morning, you go into it every evening, and it's just very relaxing and just very calm. That's why when you go into sort of that hypnotic trance state at night or in the morning, when you wake up and then you go straight back to sleep, is because you're still in that trance dazed state, and it's like you kind of remember waking up, but you kind of don't, and you feel really weird, and then you just fall straight back asleep. Yeah. As soon as you go back into sleep, that's no longer that trance. That is just a brainwave of deep sleep. Yeah? So that's all it is. Now, we think between like 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day, and 95% of them are unconscious. So we don't actually think about the thoughts we're thinking about effectively. 5% are conscious. So if you say, I want to stop being scared of bees and wasps, that's imagine 5 people standing there going, I'm not scared of bees and wasps. Versus 95 people standing there going, I'm scared of bees and wasps. Whose voices are you going to hear clearer?
Obviously the negative ones.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's more of them. So see it in that way. And like I said, if you can just imagine, you don't have to visualize. If you can just imagine something, you can be hypnotized very easily, and you can just allow yourself to relax. So for example, all you have to do is follow instructions. You can follow instructions, right?
Yeah. Well, the only thing I generally struggle to, like, if someone tells me, do you know when someone goes into therapy or whatever, they're like, oh, imagine you're like on the beach, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck off. Like, do you know what I mean? In my head, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. Imagine I'm on the beach. I'm not on the beach, am I?
Yeah.
So I'm really hard to like imagine stuff.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So that's perfectly fine. Because
I'm worried that it might not work.
No, it's perfectly fine. Hypnosis will work if you can relax. Okay. That's it.
I'll try.
And if I say imagine, if you close your eyes right now, could you actually imagine what it would sound like if there was a bee sort of by the side of you? Could you just even imagine that? Don't have to hear it, but could you imagine hearing it? Can you imagine what the sound would sound like?
Yeah.
Like for example, if you can play a song in your mind, you can sort of and then you start singing it, and then you're like, that really doesn't come out the way that the song sounds, right? Yeah. So you can imagine the song.
I can imagine the sound of the bee.
Yeah. Can you, if you close your eyes again, can you imagine what a bee looks like, or maybe it's going so fast, but can you imagine what is the difference between the bee and the fly? Can you imagine that? Yeah. Can you imagine how that makes you feel if you close your eyes and you go back to that feeling when you were at Creamfields and you just felt complete panic and pain? Can you imagine what that felt like?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And then can you imagine what it feels like to be completely calm, so not like you're on a beach, but like you were on a beach, just being calm, just chilling, doing nothing.
Like taking deep breaths and that.
Yeah, and just sort of sitting there and just imagining the sun, imagining all that kind of stuff. If you can do that, very easy. Yeah? Yeah. Sound good? Yeah. Yeah, cool. So what we'll do is, all you have to do is just allow your mind to go with it. Don't try and force yourself against it. Okay. And don't try and go, am I in hypnosis? Am I not in hypnosis? Because hypnosis isn't sleep. Hypnosis is just relaxed. So if your eyes are closed and your head may go like this, your arms will feel heavy. I may pick your arm up and drop it down, and when I drop it down, you can just allow yourself to relax even more. If your feet are on the floor and I give you a suggestion, that can allow your feet to stay stuck to the floor if I say your feet will be stuck. And if you can imagine that your feet will be stuck, would it be easy for them to be stuck, right? Yeah. Yeah? So that is all it is. If you can just imagine well, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is follow instructions, and then get so nice and relaxed. Do you want to take your jumper off or your jacket on?
I'd rather have it on,
yeah?
If that's okay.
Cool. Do you want to take your shoes off or leave them on?
I don't mind.
Yeah?
Recommend.
I'll tell you what, yeah, take your shoes off. It'll be easier.
Okay. I'm not good, I never untie them. I would struggle to
No, I'm the same. Well, I always wear sliders every day. If you just put your feet flat on the floor, yeah?
Just try and lean forward.
Can you sit back or not?
Are
they not flat?
They're just touching, like then my heel isn't on the floor. It's just like.
All right, yeah. Sit forward a little bit. Yeah, just so your feet are flat on the floor. Yeah, just open them up a little bit more. That's right.
Did the heels have to be touching the floor?
Yeah.
Still...
Are they not? Yeah, just sit so your heels...
just because this bit goes up on the chair.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just move them out. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right.
Right-handed. Okay, perfect. Perfect. What I want you to do is just give me your right hand. So just focus on my forehead. Okay. Yeah? Just keep focused on my forehead, whatever you do. And just allow me to have all the weight, all the strength of your arm. That's it. Just keep loose, limp and relaxed. When I say that word sleep, Susanna, all I want you to do is just close your eyes, relax. Just drift, sink and float down. That's right. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out and let go. Take a deep breath in. Feeling loose, limp and relaxed. Breathe out and let go. Take a deep breath in. When I say that word sleep, you won't go to sleep, you won't fall asleep. Breathe out and let go. But just allow yourself to go into a sleep-like state and sleep. There you go. Drift, sink and float. That's right, Susanna. And every time I touch your shoulder, you can just allow your mind, your body to completely and fully relax. Whenever you hear a click, it will just completely relax now. That's right. And as you relax, as you let go, Susanna, you can find your mind and body completely and fully relaxing all the way from the top of your head, all the way down to the tips of your toes. And just imagine what that would be like if your whole body, from your toes all the way up to the top of your head, was completely and fully relaxed now. Can you imagine how that would feel? It would feel relaxing, it would feel calming, wouldn't it? And you can just let that all go now as you completely and fully relax. Completely and fully relax. That's right. And Susanna, in a moment, I'm going to pick up your right arm. When I pick it up and drop it down, you'll go so deep and so relaxed into hypnosis that your whole mind and body will just completely slow down. That's right. That's right. There you go. Feeling that hypnosis running through every nerve, muscle and fibre of your body. And as it drops down, just going so deep into hypnosis. Now, that's right, 10 times deeper. 100 times deeper and so completely and fully relaxed. Because as you completely and fully relax, Susanna, all you need to do is just focus on the sound of my voice. And just nod your head if you can do that. Perfect. You're doing perfect, Susanna. There you go. And just like you were able to allow me to take the weight of your arm, and as I dropped it down, it made you relax that much more. There's no right or wrong way to go into hypnosis, but you can find even more relaxing ways to just go into hypnosis now. Completely go into hypnosis now. That's right. And Susanna, all I want you to do is just imagine. If you can imagine, just nod your head. Perfect. Just imagine as if your feet are completely and fully stuck to the floor. I'm just going to put my foot on top of yours and just imagine that that is completely and fully stuck to the floor. It is like it's being glued down, stuck down tighter and tighter and tighter. And it's like your socks are completely stuck to the floor. And as your socks are completely stuck to the floor, your feet as well are completely stuck to the floor. And the more you try and move those feet, the more stuck they become now. And the more stuck they become, the more difficult it comes to move your feet. And you just can't move those feet. The more you try and move those feet, the more stuck they feel now. That's right. And if you try and move them, you just can't do it. You can even test that now by trying to move those feet. And the more you try, the more stuck they feel, just like they are glued down, stuck down, locked down. You're perfectly safe, but they are glued down, stuck down, locked down. And when I count from 1 to 3, Susanna, just open your eyes. Feel the best you felt. Feel amazing. 1, 2, and 3. Open your eyes. What did that feel like?
I don't know. I felt it was heavy.
Yeah?
Like,
just relaxing.
Just heavy.
Yeah? What, your arms as well?
Yeah, I felt it was like tingly in a way.
All right, interesting. Right, so what happens if you try and move your feet? You can move them. Okay, perfect. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. Because what that shows everyone that's watching the video is you're not pretending to be in hypnosis, right? You're not pretending that your feet are stuck. No. It's showing that some people have different levels of suggestibility. Some people, their feet cannot move. They can't move their feet. Other people can, and that's just based on your level of suggestibility, right? Okay. Make sense? Yeah? Yeah. Perfect. Just focus on the palm of my hand. Take a deep breath in. Just put your hands flat on your lap. That's it. Breathe out and let go. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out and let go. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out and let go. Take one more deep breath in. When I run my hand down, just close your eyes, relax and go deep into hypnosis now. There you go. Drift, sink and float down deeper and feel even more relaxed. That's right. Even more relaxed. So completely and fully relaxed now. As you feel completely and fully relaxed, Susanna, can you just go even deeper into hypnosis? That's right. Even deeper into hypnosis. What would it be like, Susanna, if you just were completely and fully relaxed? How would that feel to you? How relaxed would you be? How would you start to breathe if you were completely and fully relaxed now? That's right. What would happen if you were completely relaxed? What thoughts would be running through your mind now that you are completely relaxed? Completely relaxed. That's right. That's right. And Susanna, just let me know by nodding your head when you feel completely and fully relaxed. Perfect. Perfect. And Susanna, all I want you to do is just imagine like you're going to the cinema. Can you do that? Can you imagine what it's like in the cinema? Just nod your head if you can. Perfect. I want you to imagine yourself walking into this cinema. There's nothing on the screen, it's just an empty screen, but just imagine yourself walking into this cinema. And just go and sit wherever you feel most comfortable, most drawn to sit. Maybe the front, maybe the middle, maybe the back. Wherever you feel most comfortable. Just nod your head when you can do that. Perfect. That's right. Just imagine yourself sitting down. What would it feel like sitting on the cinema chairs? How dark it would feel in the room. And I just want you to imagine it's as if you can float up out of your body and just go back into the screening room where the projector would be. Just imagine what that would be like. Maybe you can't actually do that, but imagine you could just do that. Just know your powerful imagination can take you up out your body into the room where the projector is. And as you look forward at the screen, you can also see the back of your head. Can you imagine what that would be like, seeing yourself in the cinema sitting down? Can you imagine that? Just nod your head if you can. Okay, perfect. That's perfectly fine. Can you imagine if you were in the row behind yourself rather than in the screening room? Perfect. And just take that seat behind you as well. And just imagine yourself, watching yourself, looking at a screen. And that screen is completely empty. Completely empty. And Susanna, I just want you to go back to a time, that first time where you had that emotional reaction to that wasp or that bee. Can you go back to exactly what was going on? Do you know where you are? Are you in your house, your garden? That's right. You said you're about 5 years old, 6 years old. Perfect. Can you see the colours? Can you hear any sounds? Can you feel the sun, the warmth maybe? Can you feel the clothes that are on your skin? Perfect. You can just see it, right? Perfect. And it's perfectly okay for you to talk. What colours can you mainly see?
The tiles are like cream.
Perfect.
On the floor. And the walls cream as well.
Perfect. And you're inside or outside?
I'm outside but inside, like an outside patio.
Right, perfect. And cream is the only colour you can see, right? Any other colours?
I remember the objects in front of me, but I can't remember the colours.
You remember the what?
The objects.
Okay, what objects are in front of you?
So I was putting a baby doll into a trolley, like a baby
Perfect.
thing.
Perfect. Doll into like a little stroller.
A stroller, that's good.
Perfect. And you can imagine yourself doing that, right? Yeah? And are you seeing this through your own eyes, or are you watching yourself do this? So like a first person or a third person perspective?
I'll say first person, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Can you imagine what it would look like from a third person perspective, watching yourself putting that doll in the stroller? Perfect. You're doing absolutely perfect, Susanna. What I want you to do is, from a third person perspective, I just want you to see a wasp or a bee floating behind the 5-year-old version of yourself. And realising that she hasn't seen it yet. The younger version of Susanna hasn't seen that fly, the wasp or bee flying behind her at the moment. Perfect. And you notice there's no reaction, right? How do you feel, and it's okay for you to talk, how do you feel just watching this scenario?
It's weird, but I feel okay because I know that's not now, and I'm not feeling that now.
Right. Perfect. Now, can you imagine yourself, Susanna, watching that scenario on the screen of your TV at home in the living room? So imagine you're on that sofa, and that scenario that's on the TV is you, 5 years old, with that wasp or bee floating behind you, and just noticing that you don't feel any emotion, right? Now, can you go to the exact start of that scenario and just effectively press pause on the TV before it happens? See what's going on before that first scenario happened, yeah? Perfect. And what I want you to do, Susanna, is I just want you to play this scenario on the TV and just watch what happens when you had that initial reaction. And notice any emotions that come up as you do that. And when you get to the end of this scenario where you did have that panic attack, I want you to just pause it and just nod your head by letting me know. Perfect. Now what I want you to do, Susanna, is I want you to just dim that TV down a bit. Can you do that? Take all the colours out of it. Make it black and white. Perfect. Just dim it down just a little bit more. In a moment, I'm going to just play some silly music, and I just want you to just start, in a moment, rewinding the whole scenario that's going on in your mind. From the end all the way back to the start, as this music plays, I just want you to just start rewinding that in your mind now. What does it feel like if you begin to rewind that in your mind now? The music's not playing, but just imagine yourself rewinding that in your mind. Just going from end to start. That's fine. Just imagining that silly, that circus music, that silly music going over and over again, going all the way back to the start. And when you get back to the start, just let me know by nodding your head. Perfect. And now, Susanna, can you imagine that TV in front of you? Can you imagine that screen going completely and fully white? Just completely blanking out, completely erasing any memory of that emotional feeling? Just let me know by nodding your head. Okay, perfect. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out and let go. Can you imagine that TV screen in front of you? Can you imagine that TV screen getting smaller and smaller? Maybe from a TV screen down to a computer screen. Perfect. And you can still see what's going on, right? Perfect. And you can imagine that if you watched a horror film on a very, very tiny TV with not much sound, that it wouldn't be as scary, would it? And the same, watching a comedy on a very tiny TV wouldn't be as funny, would it? So as you're imagining yourself watching this scenario that's going on in your mind, can you imagine that TV being so small, maybe the size of an iPad? Can you imagine it being even smaller, maybe the size of a phone? That's right. And now can you imagine yourself putting the phone up and just walking further and further back until you just can't quite make out what's going on. You can see what's going on, but you can't quite make it out. Perfect. And just notice, where is that emotion, what used to be scared and sadness and panic, where is that emotion if it is in your body? Where would you say it is?
On my chest.
Your chest. Okay, perfect. What does it feel like?
If it was happening now, I'll say just agitated, like I just feel scared.
Okay, perfect. Is there a colour you can associate to it?
I think it would just be like yellow.
Yellow. Okay, perfect. Is there any other way you could resemble this without... Like, is there any sound that would associate with that feeling of scared and panic and agitatedness?
Like, literally like a sound in a horror film. You know that when it goes to that, the sound where there's so much happening, it just goes really loud and there's just a lot of noise and it's just loud.
Perfect. And is it heavy? Is it light?
I can't describe it.
No?
I don't know.
Is it warm? Is it cold?
Probably warm.
Warm. So that yellow, warm feeling in your chest, what is the opposite colour that would feel like complete calm for you? What is the opposite colour?
Blue.
Blue, perfect. What noise would associate to that blue calm feeling?
Birds.
Birds. Perfect. And would that feel cold? Or would that just feel anything different?
Just normal, just like a good temperature.
Perfect.
Not too warm, not too cold.
Good temperature. Okay, perfect, Susanna. So all I want you to do is just imagine that scenario is happening in front of you right now. That scenario of you as a 5-year-old girl hearing that loud horror music, feeling that yellow feeling in your chest, that warm yellow feeling in your chest with all that warm horror music, that loud horror music now, just allowing that to increase, feeling those emotions now. Maybe it's getting overwhelming, maybe you don't want to stand that. And when you've had enough, Susanna, I want you to take a big deep breath in and just let that all go. That's right. Let it go. Let it go. And I want you to switch that yellow that was in your chest, I want you to switch that to blue. Just like we spoke about at the start, those 95 people shouting are actually shouting blue this time. What can your mind hear? Can it hear more yellow or more blue this time? Just let it feel that blue. Let that blue go all around your chest, filling your chest with that blue colour now. That's right. Just hearing those birds tweeting, just like you're outside in the garden, just imagining how that sounds. You can hear those birds just tweeting. You can hear those birds in the garden. And it's just as if you're at a garden party, perfectly calm. Even if there are any bees or wasps around, perfect. You felt that. There you go. And your body feels a good temperature. Perfectly normal temperature. Not too hot, not too cold. And Susanna, all I want you to do in this calm state, as you feel so calm now, can you just imagine just a bee or a wasp just slowly buzzing around, and how you want to now react from a calm state of mind? Can your mind accept that a bee or a wasp is just exactly the same as a dragonfly, as a fly, as any other flying bug? The same noise it would make. Can your mind accept that? Just nod your head if it can. You don't know? Okay. All I want you to do, Susanna, is just keep your hands flat. I'm just going to roll your sleeves up a bit. Perfect. All I want you to do is just don't do anything. Just let your mind make a reaction on your hands. It may be either hand, it may be a thumb, it may be a finger. Just let your mind make the reaction to yes. Perfect, okay, so that's perfect. And just make your mind make that reaction to no. That's right, just let your mind make that reaction. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Can you allow yourself, and just keep your hands there and just let whatever happens happen. Can you allow yourself to create the image of a bee, of a wasp, in front of you now? That's right, just imagine what that would be like. There you go. And just go straight back to you as that 5-year-old girl, scared, in that panic mode, with that wasp flying around your face, flying around your head, really putting you into that panic. And just let your mind let me know, do you want to completely and fully let that go today? That's right. Why is your mind struggling to let that go, Susanna? That's right. It's perfectly okay for you to talk. What do you think is stopping you from letting that go today?
Maybe I can't fully remember the event, like to the point of how exactly I was feeling, because it was too long ago.
Perfect. So what's stopping you from removing the emotion from it today?
I guess just because I can't feel how I felt in that moment.
Okay, can you feel how you felt at Creamfields?
It's weird. I know how I felt, but I can't feel how I felt.
Okay. What if you could feel how you felt? How would that help? What would that do to your body if you could feel that right now? Like if you could describe to me, if you said I had to have this phobia, how would you describe it to me?
How I'll describe how I felt. I was just shaking. I was just scared. It's like I was worried.
So if I started shaking and feeling scared, feeling worried, how else would you know that I had the same phobia as you? I had the exact same version of it as you.
You'd start crying. You wouldn't really be able to talk.
Okay, perfect. And what's going through your mind right now?
I'm thinking, why can't I feel how I felt?
Perfect. Can you imagine that being in front of you?
No.
Can you imagine the one from Creamfields in front of you?
I can picture what happened, but I can't get the same feeling again.
Okay. What would have to happen for you to get that same feeling?
For there to be a wasp right in front of me, and me reacting to it.
Okay, perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to play a sound quick. What does that do?
So to flinch.
Okay, perfect. What does it do if it gets closer?
Oh no.
Okay, perfect, perfect. What if I do if I put it here?
I don't know, it's not as bad.
What about if I put it here?
Oh, I don't know, it's like it's behind me, I don't like it.
Okay, perfect. You're perfectly safe. Just imagine that wasp is behind you. You're perfectly safe, you're perfectly safe. You're perfectly safe.
It just makes me like shake.
That's perfectly fine, that's normal. That's exactly how you should be feeling. What about if it's over here?
I know, it's not as bad, but I can still hear it, so...
Okay, so it's not as bad, but you can still hear it. Yeah? So that emotion, where is that emotion that you're feeling that in your body?
It's like it's in my upper body, or like my face, it's weird.
Okay, in your face. Perfect. Whereabouts in your face?
My cheeks.
Your cheeks, okay, perfect. So you know what that feels like, right? Okay, that shaking feeling.
Yeah.
Right, you're perfectly safe. Right, what I'm going to do, Susanna, I'm just going to play that again. How does that make you feel? There you go. Can you imagine that blue? There you go. What about if I put the sound here? How does that feel?
Okay.
Yeah? As you stay completely and fully relaxed and calm, Susanna, just notice what happens when you hear this noise, that you can stay completely and fully calm and relaxed. Notice how easy it is for you to stay completely fully calm and relaxed, no matter how close this noise gets. Can you notice a difference in how you feel now, how calm and relaxed you can feel? There you go, completely relaxed. Completely calm and relaxed. Completely calm and relaxed. Completely calm and relaxed. Take a deep breath in. When you breathe out, be the most calm and relaxed you've ever been. It doesn't matter how loud this noise is, you will stay completely, fully calm and relaxed. Completely, fully calm and relaxed, no matter how loud it gets. Just notice the difference. No matter where that sound is, you stay completely, fully calm and relaxed. That's right, completely, fully calm and relaxed. No matter what happens, you stay completely, fully calm and relaxed. And Susanna, can you imagine that bee now flying around in the room? And how relaxed you can stay completely, fully calm and relaxed. No matter how loud that gets, you allow yourself to stay completely, fully calm and relaxed now. That's right, feel calm and relaxed now. No matter where this noise is. Can you imagine that bee or wasp in front of you making all that noise? There you go, so calm and so relaxed. Notice that reaction is completely different to the first reaction, isn't it? And Susanna, how do you know when that fear is completely gone? How will you know that?
When I'm put in a position near a bee or a wasp.
And you know that that first time there was no wasp or bee, was there? But what was the reaction like?
It was just a reminder of if it was there.
And you went into that panic mode, right? But now, no matter how loud this gets, can you stay completely and fully relaxed? No matter how loud it gets, can you stay completely and fully relaxed?
Not fully.
What would you have to do to stay fully calm and relaxed? What would have to happen?
Not sure.
I know you're not sure, but what if you did know? What would you have to do? What do you think you could do? Take as long as you need to answer. How could you stay completely, fully calm and relaxed even when knowing that there's a bee or wasp near or around you?
Closing my eyes and taking deep breaths.
Perfect. And can you take those deep breaths now? Allow your body and your mind to completely and fully relax. No matter what's going on outside of you, you will be completely and fully relaxed. Completely and fully relaxed. If you hear this noise, your immediate reaction will be close your eyes and take deep breaths, won't it? Your immediate reaction, if you hear this noise ever again, Susanna, your immediate reaction is to close your eyes and take deep breaths. Right? That's right. Deep breaths. Breathe out, let go and relax even more. Deeper breaths. Breathe out, let go and relax even more. How relaxed, on a scale of 1 to 10, can you feel? 10 being completely relaxed, 1 being so agitated and so scared and so panicked. Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10 when you hear this noise? Perfect. Completely relaxed. Now, Susanna, can you imagine yourself, how you reacted at Creamfields? Can you imagine what would have happened if you reacted in a completely different way and you did what you just did now? Perfect. Can you imagine there's a bee just around you and maybe you do want to just use your hands to swat it away, get rid of it, but you go straight back to that feeling calm and relaxed whenever you hear that noise. Perfect. And no matter how much you hear that noise, you feel 10 out of 10 completely calm and completely relaxed, don't you? And how easy will it be for you when you hear this noise to go straight back to this place where you take deep breaths and close your eyes? No matter how loud that noise gets. Completely relaxed. Completely relaxed. And Susanna, your mind will know when you can be around this noise and be completely, 10 out of 10, completely calm and completely relaxed. Your mind will know. And when your mind accepts that 100%, when your mind knows that you can be completely calm, relaxed, you'll close your eyes, take deep breaths and allow yourself to maybe remove yourself from the situation, but you will no longer be scared. When you know that your mind completely and fully knows that, your mind will open your eyes. You won't open your eyes, your mind will open your eyes when it knows that you can hear this noise, be completely and fully calm and relaxed. Take as long as you need. How'd that feel?
It was weird. Mm-hmm. Like I would say about I was in here, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's odd.
And you noticed the difference in how you first reacted to that noise, right? Yeah. How you literally went into shake.
Yeah.
And then how you can hear that noise now and not feel scared, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think is the difference now that you are not scared and you won't be scared in those situations if you hear that noise? How do you know that that's set in?
I don't know, not until I experienced it.
But that was a kind of experience, wasn't it, when you first felt it? Well, what did it feel like when you first felt it?
It just reminded me of what has happened before, and I just wanted to move out, get out of that situation. And in the second scenario, I was thinking it through logically and just knowing that I have staying still is a good thing to do, and that I just need to breathe.
And then you can allow yourself to be calm and act in a calm way. Sometimes that may mean removing yourself from a situation.
Yeah.
But you can allow yourself to
do it in a calm way.
And how are you going to do that?
By taking deep breaths.
Close your eyes, taking deep breaths. Yeah. And whether that means sometimes going like that. I'm not scared of wasps or bees, but I will always go like that because I don't like them and I know they sting. But how many times have they stung you? Once out of many times, right? Yeah. So now that your unconscious mind, the subconscious mind, can accept that and you can hear that noise and that doesn't affect you, that doesn't make you shake, that doesn't make you flinch. When I post a video, I'll show you the reaction difference. I'll give you a side-by-side reaction difference of how you reacted.
I was shaking that much. Was that?
Well, not ridiculously, but
not having a fit.
Not having a fit, but you could see you'll see the complete difference as a side-by-side. Yeah. I can put whenever I put it here, you were literally like that. When I put it here, or now when I put it here, there's nothing, right? So immediately the response is different, yeah? And the response is all you need to worry about because consciously you can say, well, I know they're not going to sting me, I know I'm going to be fine, but the response is the only thing is the worry, right? So how do you feel now? If you imagine a bee in front of you or anything like that?
I don't know. It's really hard. I honestly find it really hard to imagine stuff.
That's perfectly fine. Wait, just close your eyes and just imagine there's just a bee flying around this room. There you go. What does that feel like?
I'm still nervous about it, but I feel like I would be able to stand in the corner and just like try and take deep breath.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, perfect. And what some people, so on this video, if anyone's watching this, what some people are saying is some people can completely accept suggestions much easier, and it will be very easy to completely remove it in a matter of minutes, if not seconds. Whereas other people, because you find it harder to imagine it, it's going to be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I think that's my case.
But you were able to have a completely different response, weren't you? So when you hear that noise now, your immediate reaction won't be panic. Your immediate reaction will be close your eyes, take deep breaths. Even if that is feels a little bit scary, that's perfectly fine. But your immediate reaction, which used to be, why is that making so much noise?
Oh, it's just because I don't think I closed it.
Ah, right. I was like, why is that making so much noise? Your immediate reaction will be, if you see a bee, and then if you want to remove yourself from that situation calmly, you can do exactly that. Yeah?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel like quite chill.
Yeah?
It's quite nice.
Chill, calm and relaxed?
Yeah, it's quite nice, not gonna lie,
What would you say to anyone, because you said it's very difficult for you to imagine. What do you think that would be like if someone could imagine that very vividly?
I think it would be a lot better for them in this situation. But unfortunately, I'm not one of those people.
But even though you're not one of those people, you're still able to have a completely different response just to a sound. Right? And the more you allow yourself, what I'll do is I'll actually send you that sound. The more you hear that sound, more frequently, you'll get desensitized to it. Yeah?
So I become familiar to it.
And then if you hear it, you'll be like, and you'll notice, like, weirdly, you'll start to be going like that. And you won't even, and then you'll start to get to the point, you'll be like, oh my God, I didn't even need to take deep breaths, because your body naturally will do it.
Okay.
And then your new response will start to kick in. Whereas your old response was fear, panic, tighten. Yeah. Your new response will just be... Moving yourself perfectly fine. That's perfectly normal. I mean, I'm not scared of spiders, but I don't really want to pick up a tarantula.
No,
I'll do it if I have to, but I don't really want to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to put myself in that situation.
Yeah.
But you'll now be able to have a completely different reaction, which will be... What will it be?
Just close my eyes and take deep breaths.
And you'll allow yourself to have a completely different response. Whereas before it was all panic.
Yeah.
Now it'll just be calm and relaxed. Yeah?
Yeah.
Feel good? Yeah?
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. Cool. Cool.